All right. What's up, everybody? This is the Old Guy in the Club podcast. I am the old guy. Thank you for tuning in. That guy right there is Rob Zilla.
Hi.
And that guy right there is Neil Jackson.
Hello.
What's going on, fellas?
Happy Friday. Happy Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Friday?
Friday?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, God. I'm definitely too old for this show. Actually, I can't be too old for this show.
It's your show.
It's the old guy. But I'm too old for life. I need to get new friends.
Too old for the earth?
I mean,
Yes.
wait. I mean, first of all, I'm older than you. Neil isn't that far behind us. I mean, what are you going to, troll for friends at your local, active seniors center?
I'm just going to hang out at Einstein's Bagels. They love me there.
Yeah, because you keep getting your senior citizens discounts every time you go and buy a subpar, bagel, mass market bagel from Einstein, where they refer to their cream cheese as schmears.
Wait, what?
Schmears.
Schmears? What's going on right now?
How do you spell schmear?
SCHMEAR, schmear.
Oh, so it's an actual word.
I'm like, hey, I'd like to get
of course it is.
Schmear?
I got a bagel and a schmear.
God, that word. Okay, that also lines up into the words that I hate the most, that just make me just cringe. Panties, moist, schmear.
Schmear.
Panties.
Panties
God.
ooh, gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Sorry, guys.
Heebie-jeebies would be on my list. Well, while you're doing some housekeeping, Justin, let me
exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, why don't you?
Let me do this. So as Justin said, welcome to the Old Guy in the Club podcast, live on twitch.tv/White Label Agency every Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. in Arizona, where Justin's at, 8 p.m. in New York City, with that beautiful view of the Empire State Building in the background and our good friend Neil Jackson. If you haven't done so yet, like us, subscribe, hit your notifications so that you know every time we do go live. We do have replays that hit everywhere you get your podcasts every Monday, as well as on YouTube as well. And then don't forget, your subscriptions help keep this ridiculousness going. So, either gift yourself or a subscription to a friend. That certainly helps keep the party rocking every Friday in the Old Guy in the Club podcast. Was that enough time for you, Justin? Did that buy it?
It was.
Thank
And
you.
just so you guys know, you don't have to like us in real life. Like, you can hate us. We're just saying
like
to
the
like
show.
us. Yeah, just like the show on YouTube and Apple Podcasts and Twitch and all that fun. But you can hate us. That's totally fine.
I'm going to tell you that I think we're all fairly likable for the most part.
I definitely on my show, I definitely shed a different light on Justin. So
What does that mean?
Well, I missed the big interview. I tried to check in on that, but I was.
The funny
I
thing is that was
mobile.
not planned at all.
Okay.
None of it is really, actually.
So let's recap for everybody that's not exactly familiar, because it sounds like we're talking inside baseball here. So when Neil doesn't do the show with Justin and myself, Neil broadcasts almost daily with his Beans, Rhymes, and Life show, as well as his IRLs, which is in real life. And that's some other great streaming content. So let's rewind. I think it was Tuesday of this week. You had Justin on your show by accident?
Yes.
Or
Well,
unplanned?
not by accident.
Well, he would never do it on purpose.
Hey, wait, how did that come about? I forgot. Did I just ask you randomly?
Yeah, you were like, one of these days we're going to bring you on the show. And you're like, how about today? And then I had a meeting, so I couldn't do it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that's right.
my meeting got canceled, so I was like, yo, I can do it. And then we did it. And yeah, I talked for too long, and everyone got bored and left. So now I probably cost you some subscriptions.
What was the
No,
over-under?
actually.
What was the over-under on Justin saying long story short?
Oh,
Oh,
God, I
my
must have said it 10
God.
times.
Wow. Those
And-
stories.
And none of the stories were short.
You want to know the beauty about this, Zilla? He kept on telling me, he was like, yo, if please cut me off, or please, and I'm like, no, I'm going to let you tell your story, because that's just because
Because it's unlike what we do here.
Yeah, unlike, I was like, I'm just going to be honest with you. You cut Zilla off so many times. And he was like, tell me if I'm talking too much. I'm like, no, I'm giving you space so you could tell your story. I'm not going to say anything. I'm like, because that's what a host does for a guest.
So, Justin, let me ask you this. Being a guest on a show, did that kind of change your perspective on interviewing a little bit? Did it kind of, frame things up a little bit differently on giving people their lane? Or are you just going to keep...
See, I let you finish that whole sentence when I wanted to jump in right away.
Yeah, but then I gave you the...
Yeah. No. It's probably different because it's Neil, and I have a million conversations with him over the course of a year. So
Okay.
it's not like I don't know if you guys know this. I get nervous, like when I'm out in public. Like I'm not a great public speaker. Like if it's just me and you or me and a couple people in a setting, I have no problem talking to anybody about anything. I'm an open book. But when I get in front of like other people or it's like public speaking, I do get a little nervous. Not so much with this anymore because whatever. I mean, if people are still tuning in, they must like us a little bit. Neil's whole BRL crew, I know most of them. What's the word I'm looking for? Online,
Socially.
not in real life.
You're socially,
Yeah.
you're e-socially acquainted with them.
Yes.
Yes. So
I think I coined a term. Instead of being socially acquainted, you are socially equated.
Dude, that's
Wow.
good. Your
Trademark.
Get a trademark on that.
Acquaintances. I like that.
But to finish that thought, I'm comfortable with them. I think they all understand my sense of humor at this point. At least the hardcore people that are there all the time. Like in the beginning, I would be typical Justin and like be a sarcastic asshole. And Neil would text me on the side. He'd be like, yo, I understand that you're joking, but these people don't. They're mad at you. And I'm like, fuck them. And he's like, no, like just be normal. And I'm like, oh. So now I think they all get it. But back then it would be a little touch and go sometimes.
I was waiting for your response to see what it was going to be like. And then I had Jenna on my whispers, like ready to fire off, ban him now. But I was waiting for his response. I'm like, okay, if he turns this the wrong way, I'm just going to just eliminate him immediately.
It's remarkable that your booking agent, your manager, and your co-host on one of your podcasts, and you've got your thumb on the eject button like at a moment's notice. Bye. See
Make
ya.
one wrong move, and you're out of here.
Hey, speaking of Jenna, we should probably give a shout out to our modest Jenna, who is moderating our chat room, as well as all of our other guests. Claudia, we see you. Everfresh, sup y'all. I'm having a moment right now remembering DJ Spinbad. That's respect right there. Do you guys got any thoughts? I'll first jump in. I knew of him because of his connections in radio. I believe he was at Z100 back in the day. But beyond that, I never really crossed paths from a business standpoint or a social standpoint. Guys, jump in at a moment's notice because I know it's still a big loss in the community and in the culture. So,
I knew of him. I didn't know him at all. Like I may have met him like twice, but it was like really in passing in a big group of people. But I'm very familiar with his mixtapes. The dude was a beast, and it was a huge loss for the DJ community for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah, I didn't know him. I obviously knew the name. I'd heard of him,
Sure.
but I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know who he was, what he did, how much of an impact he had on people. In fact, I was at Einstein's Bagels. I make a joke of that because they give me a senior discount because all they could see is my white beard, no face. Because obviously, if they saw my face, they'd know I'm 28. But I had seen it and I texted Neil and I said, hey, did you know him? Like, is this like a big deal? Because I had not really, I didn't know anything about him. And I thought I, pretty much knew everybody or knew of the people that really had an impact in the community. And I was totally off on this one. So,
yeah, I mean, he was in a different lane. Like he was the DJ's DJ for sure. Like he wouldn't be in like the club circuit. He did clubs, but from the times that I would see his name, it wasn't really, it wasn't in our circuit, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've over the years, you've got like your radio mixers, you've got your club guys, and then you've got some of the folks that transit in between, that do both. And I saw the most outpouring of support and everybody else, just kind of showing their respects was in that lane of either the New York folks or the folks that kind of bridged between radio and clubs. But in any case, whenever somebody at 46, I believe, that in and of itself is a loss. And regardless of job or whatever, 46 is just far too young for anybody to be passing on to the next life. So with that, I think much respect to Spinbad and anyone that's friends with him and love him. I think I'm speaking for all of us when we send our love and respect, and on with the show, right?
Yeah. I guess that's all you can really do.
That's it.
So today is Friday the 13th, guys.
Heyo.
I was just talking about this earlier.
What? Well,
it doesn't even matter. I was like, no, it's Friday.
No, it's Friday the 13th. Bad things can happen.
Well,
especially in 2020.
That's Friday the 13th seemed to be every Friday since March 15th.
Every day.
Yeah,
like every day.
Friday the 13th, you mean it's Friday or Friday?
Well, let me ask you. Oh, go ahead, Justin. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. I'm sure you have a better idea of.
Well, no,
than I do.
Are we superstitious? Are you superstitious, Neil? Are you superstitious, Justin? And for our friends in the chat room, I'd love to hear what your superstitions are. I think we all would. For example, well, like Jenna just said in the chat room, Friday the 13th in 2020 is no bueno. Darth Vader said the last time this happened was in March. The last time we had a Friday the 13th was March of 2020. And then the whole world went to hell in a handbasket immediately thereafter. Guys, what's...
Well, I'm pretty sure that the first gigs I had canceled because of COVID were Friday the 13th gigs. Because I was in Vegas the week before with E-Rock. I believe it was the 6th. The Friday before, and we had a dinner with the guy that owns the club in Vegas. Shout out to John Petty. He's probably not listening, but if he is, hola, senor. So we had dinner and we were kind of joking about it. And I have opinions about a lot of things, and I was probably pretty adamant. Like, there's no fucking way they're closing down nightclubs in Las Vegas. Impossible. Will never happen.
Boy, were you wrong.
Boy, was I wrong. And then a week later, it was over. And, 8 months later, here we are. But as far as superstitions, I don't want to say I have superstitions. I just would say that I do things. I like my routine. So if I have a way that I do something, but I don't do it that way, I think somehow things are going to get fucked up. And then I go back and probably redo it. So I don't know if that's superstitious or OCD or whatever it might be, but I'm not overly superstitious.
I am not superstitious. I'm not superstitious at all.
Like you don't have a routine like I have friends that, let's say, have to go through before they go and DJ. Before, let's say, they're doing the group dinner and they got to go back to the hotel and they have to do like their whole little routine before they jump on or what, to varying degrees, I know lots of people that have to do certain things in a certain order, before anything else happens, like before they go to work and do a show or whatnot. I do a little bit.
But is that superstition or is that just routine?
I guess it would be within the context that you do it if you think that something bad is going to happen if you don't.
I'll tell you one. Okay. You just jogged my memory of something. I used to, before I took off on a flight, I would text Jamie, who is my ex-wife, and I
Now
would say
roommate.
now roommate, and I would say something like, "Hey, we'll be there at this time. I'll text you when I land." And then when we landed, I would always text her. And that maybe that, and
Is
I
that
felt like
superstitious?
I think it is because I did it. Oh, not because I had anything to say. I did it because I had always done it. So when we split up, like I got a little nervous on the plane because I was like, "Fuck!" Like I do this every time. Like, am I going to crash? And then obviously I have not crashed yet. So I don't know. I think that is superstitious.
I don't know if that's superstitious because would you do that now?
Would I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that's superstitious. Zilla, what do you think?
Well, to quote Irene Fiasco in the Twitch chat at twitch.tv/white label agency, in the words of Michael Scott from The Office, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
That's really funny.
I think it's on the border. You know, I don't know. You know, my sister's up there in the chat room. Hi, Hannah girl. Friday the 13th is always a lucky day for me. I don't believe in superstitions other than the New Year's Day, New Year's Eve superstitions, which I'm going to tell you that's something that we do in this house, which are like the black-eyed peas and the collard greens. My sister she wholeheartedly believes in like you set the tone for the year. And I guess it's a Southern tradition for like health and prosperity.
Okay, you have to expand on this. You have to explain from the beginning because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So, you know, I don't know too much about it because it's not my tradition, but I participate in it because it's my sister. But I believe there's a Southern tradition where you start the new year off and you do so like if you eat certain things, like in some cultures, like at Christmas, in Italian cultures, you have like the Feast of the Seven Fishes, you know, so everybody's kind of celebrates the holidays in their own different ways. And I do believe that, like Jenna, there you go, modest Jenna. And you have to have money in your pocket on New Year's Eve. Otherwise you'll be broke the rest of the year. So eating collard greens, black-eyed peas. I'm trying to think of something. I think cornbread might be in there as well. But it's very soulful, very, very soulful. But Jen, if you're in the chat, help me so that I can jump high at midnight so you can grow taller next year.
What?
I don't know. That I don't know. Because I must have been jumping because I'm 6'6", so maybe that's all I do on New Year's Eve. But I guess there's superstitions, there's cultural traditions, but it all happens to do with trying to shape your future tomorrows. And, you know, some people buy into it, some people don't. And I thought that Friday the 13th is a great day to talk about it.
Jordan, you don't believe this. I'm sorry. I think you're just fucking around. There's no tradition or superstition that says you should eat lentil soup on New Year's Eve. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, I love lentil soup.
God, hey, chat, that's my brother, so I could say that. You guys aren't stupid. He is.
Way to get some fans. Just
Well, the rest of my family doesn't listen anyway, so I figure I'll just alienate him, so that way no one's listening, and then I can talk shit about all of them.
I mean, I just Googled it, and it says Italian lentil soup is a New Year's tradition.
Come
and there's
on!
a recipe from La Bella Vita Cucina. My sister did say that putting suitcases, like you're supposed to put a suitcase outside your door if you want to manifest traveling in the future year. Don't sweep or do laundry or clean the house because you wash away any good luck that's coming your way.
No, that's just disgusting.
Can I amend my answer from earlier? I'm not superstitious. Because if these are all fucking superstitions, I am not superstitious.
Lentils on New Year's Eve brings prosperity because they are like gold coins.
Where?
Lentils? Golden, like amber lentils? They're like gold coins.
Oh, they resemble.
Yeah, they resemble them, just, you know.
I was like,
yes.
what? It's like some sort of form of currency somewhere?
No,
because right now I need to go there.
I mean, so folks in the chat, I mean, obviously we've thrown out some of our perceived superstitions. Jenna Armatis earlier threw out one, like if you see a black cat cross your path, Do you turn around, walk away? Does it even matter to you? Do you kick it? Don't kick it. Do not kick the cat. What is wrong with you?
I saw that on a TV show. Someone was like, "Oh no!" and like ran and punted the cat. I was like, best scene in any TV show.
My sister is egging me on, and she's like, "Tell them what happened this year." I, honest to God, don't remember what happened this year. So, Jen, if you're around, I don't know if you're watching here at the residence or if you're watching from elsewhere. But if you're here, well, what else? If you're watching from not mom's basement,
if you're watching from next door in the other bedroom,
come on in and explain it. Otherwise, you got some typing to do, homie.
Okay, I have to make a formal apology because apparently my brother's comment, he's sitting there with his wife and she said to write that. So I just called Jess stupid, and I don't mean that you're stupid, Jess. Although you did marry my brother, so maybe.
Wait, did you just amend your statement and then reversed it again?
Yes. Yes. Oh, wait, what? Jordan, what is this? So my brother writes in the chat, how about when de Blasio dropped Staten Island Chuck, who apparently is a groundhog, on Groundhog's Day, and he died? Did this really happen? Because
Staten Island.
If this was 2019 and this or this was predicting 2020, that would make a lot of sense.
Hold on. You're trying to tell me that Staten Island has a bootleg version of Punxsutawney Phil named Staten Island Chuck?
That is the most Staten Island. That is the most Staten Island thing of all time. Right. Oh my God. We need to remember we talked about this like 4 months ago. We need to do the Staten Island episode and talk about all the ridiculous things from Staten Island, because it is one of the more unique places on the planet.
Are you saying Old Guy in the Club Staten Island edition?
Yes, I should go, and I'll do it from there. We'll go to Rusty's, which is my favorite.
Hey, wait, you guys gotta explain to the chat.
I'll go do it live.
You have to explain to the chat and to the audience. Listen, you guys got to describe Staten Island. Like growing up in LA, coming here, I knew nothing about Staten Island. So,
Neil, was the first time you were ever in Staten Island when I picked you up at the ferry?
No. Denny Estrella brought me to Staten Island.
Oh, okay. So Staten Island is one of the 5 boroughs of New York. It is like the forgotten borough. Gets no respect.
Except for Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, of course. You just threw me off my thought here. So basically, Staten Island started to become a very popular place to live when Brooklyn got too expensive. People started moving out, which is back 30, 40 years ago. So the progression goes from like Brooklyn to Staten Island to Jersey. That's how people kind of move in that area.
The shades of gray.
Yeah, but Staten Island is like. It's hard to explain. There's a lot of different types of neighborhoods. There's some affluent neighborhoods. There's some very poor neighborhoods. There's Democrats in some areas, Republicans in other areas. Like, it's all over the place, but somehow everybody kind of gets along. But I mean, some of the more, everyone's a character. I'll put it to you that way. Like, think about New Yorkers. There's a lot of characters. There are a lot of characters in Staten Island. But there's also it is a pretty, I'm going to stop right there. Because I was going to talk shit about Staten Island. But I like it. I could just never live there ever again. But that's how I feel about New York in general anyway.
Well, I'm going to circle back really quick because my sister wanted me to chime in on this. And so Jennifer did not do the traditions this year with the black eyed peas, collard greens, the suitcases.
So it's her fault.
And apparently I said this, I don't remember because, this year has been the longest 5 years of my life. I didn't do the traditions. And you said, if this year sucks, it's my fault. And here we are, 2020. So
thanks, Jen.
And Jenna, if you could just go ahead and boot my sister out of the chat now, that'd be great. No, she's an awesome contributor. Please keep her around.
That is so funny because I can see Jenna on the other side right now, like, Hannah girl.
Bye.
And you're like, no, don't. And you're like, delete.
No, delete. Jenna and Jen, as Jenna says, them Jens stick together. That's good. I like that.
I was at the grocery store earlier, and my 11-year-old called some dude a Karen, not to his face this time, but he's like, "Dad, that guy's being such a Karen." I'm like, "Wait, what? I'm like, what is happening?"
Wow.
What was he doing?
Hey, Tom, what was he doing? Get over here. Let's see what he was doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, special guest correspondent Tommy Zotz.
Person who worked at the store, and he's holding up like a bag of candy, and there's only one edible thing in here. Disgusting.
Can you guys hear that?
Missed it, so recap that.
So apparently there was some guy, and he was holding up a bag of candy at the store, and he was talking to a guy that worked at the store, and he was going, "There's only one edible thing in here. Disgusting. Like, what a dick.
There it is. All right. What's interesting to me is that we've been talking about this, this whole thing for about 20 minutes now about superstitions. We've all shared our different experiences, superstition-wise or whatever it is, but we really haven't heard from the chat room as to what they've got. And I remember growing up, there were things like, step on like you'd walk on a concrete sidewalk, step on a line, break your spine, step on a crack, break your mama's back, things like that. I think it evolves a little bit better. It evolves a little bit different. I mean, there are some families that still have the wishbone tradition on their Thanksgiving turkey. And, that's just, it's a tradition and a superstition for good luck. I know in Asian cultures, there's, a lot of the New Year's traditions are around more than anything, good luck. It's about the giving of luck and getting of luck. So I'm just curious as to if our friends in the chat room at twitch.tv have any superstitions that we might not know about that maybe we should be practicing. Because listen, I need a better 2020. I need the last quarter of this year to be a whole lot better than the last 9 months.
Oh man, I've given up on luck does not
redemption.
exist in 2020. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but 2020 does not contain any luck. We're already going. We're rolling, but today we go back into lockdown. New York Times just posted it just now too.
Really?
Everywhere is going lockdown. San Diego, I think it's today.
12:01 a.m. So that means that there's 6 hours and 32 minutes of code red before we
New
slide
Mexico.
back into code purple.
Okay.
New
I'm
Mexico
sorry
as well.
But it's fucking so dumb because they're bullshit lockdowns. They're not fucking lockdowns. They're not going to do anything.
Well, they are.
Like if they really want to, if they really want to stop it, actually have a lockdown for 3 weeks.
Well,
Look, we have to do this. Go to the store now, get enough shit for 3 weeks, and don't leave your fucking house. But locking people out of a restaurant, but allowing them to go to church, fuck that. That's fucking bananas. I'm sorry.
Well, actually, there is no in San Diego. If you want to go to church, you have to go outdoors.
I was just using church as an example because I think. Okay, I was just using church as an example. It could be anything.
The big thing that was going around here in San Diego is because a couple of the big strip clubs here in San Diego filed a lawsuit. So Pacers and Cheetahs, they filed a lawsuit saying, "Hey, wait a second, we're not just adult entertainment facilities, we are restaurants." So, and they got a judge to agree with them. So now everyone's going around saying, "I can't believe it. You can go to a strip club, but you can't." Like, they don't have the actual girls on stage dancing. You could go there and they're basically dressed up like Hooters, like Hooters girls, or what's the other place, like Tilted Kilt. So it's slightly risque, but nothing. It's not the traditional use of a gentleman's club. And but watch, people are just putting that, "I can't go to church, but I can go to a strip club." California's lost its mind. It's like, no, that's not what it is. They're telling you that they can still operate as a restaurant so long as they're serving food.
But if you can go to,
Go ahead,
Forget it.
please. No. Justin, we're here.
it's these fucking half-ass lockdowns that don't make any sense. If we would have did it for real 8 months ago and said, you know what, for the next 3 weeks, if you come outside of your house, we're going to shoot you in the fucking head like they did in fucking China, we would be fucking fine.
Jesus. So aggressive. This is Twitch.
It's bullshit. It's like, it's like, I don't even know like, it's like getting shot and putting a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, it's a
Not going to help.
I mean, this is just a matter of personal opinion, and I'll just leave it at that while Justin woo-saws. That no matter what we do, no matter how it's done, you were absolutely right that there has to be a certain level of civic responsibility. And unless we get the vast majority of the population to buy in as to what's happening and to take their role in doing their part seriously, it's just going to go on and on. Jenna,
why is Neil laughing? Look, Neil never shows any emotion here. He's laughing.
Jenna posted probably the best emote for this particular situation right now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think it was Total Recall when he's getting his brain shocked. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
I was waiting for somebody to put the Jesus Christ emote in the chat, but anyway.
I like my Serenity Now emote, but, you know.
Serenity Now! Well, Jenna said, according to the internet, Judas Iscariot was the 13th guest at the Last Supper, and Jesus was crucified on a Friday. Put that together, and you have a very unlucky day of the year. That I never put one and one together.
That makes sense.
But, I mean, it sounds reasonable. She also said that the most common superstition, which she believes is, if you break a mirror, 7 years bad luck. Who broke the 2020 mirror
in 2013?
Who broke? I want to find out who broke a mirror in 2013. Who is responsible for this shit? We're no longer friends.
So yeah.
Well, here we are. All right. Well, I think.
Well, the good news is it's the greatest sports weekend of the year. Does everybody know what it is?
WrestleMania? What?
Talladega Nights? I don't know. What is it?
Come on. Anybody in the chat know why it's the best sports weekend of the year?
There's no baseball. There's no professional football. So it might be college football?
Yes. High T. There we go. The Masters. That's golf, by the way.
Yeah, no. High T is actually an avid golfer.
They said it was a sports weekend.
Oh, you're such a dick.
Oh, so it's just like dudes hanging around swinging at balls.
Yeah, that's great.
Moving on.
What time should we find you over at Topgolf, Justin? I mean,
I'm playing golf tomorrow.
Justin, I don't know if you understand this, but Zilla's saying golf sucks.
No, golf is great. Golfers can be athletes, but golf is not a sport. Thank you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, there's no reason to have this conversation again. We're never going to agree. Shout out Black Amigo in the chat.
Yeah, Adriano.
Well, now I don't even want to talk to you guys after you disrespected golf.
All right, fantastic. Next show, next Friday.
So let's talk about this.
All
so
right.
I have some friends that live all around the country, and there's snow. There's snow in a lot of places right now. You know what that means? Neil, what does it mean?
You're going to do something with your dick hands. I don't know. What does that mean? Does it look like
it's UGG season?
UGG season? Yes.
Yes. It is UGG season.
I just want to remind you that you live in Arizona and there is no snow in suburban Phoenix. So I don't care if there's 44 feet of snow in Sun Valley, Idaho. You don't get a pass. No,
I am going to go somewhere this year where there is snow and wear my Uggs.
So long as you are in the vicinity where your Uggs and your feet are touching said snow.
You are contaminating snow with those damn Uggs.
They should have just
All
put
right.
the LY at the end of that name and just, I mean, I'm not going to deny the fact that they're comfy. They're the comfiest things ever. They just shouldn't be worn outside of the house.
Or inside the house.
Nah, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, Neil. It's
fine.
a quality house shoe. It's a quality house shoe.
Get another quality house shoe.
It's a quality house shoe, Neil.
Get another one. So were the corduroy slippers.
Yeah.
That we all once wore in the hood.
Yes.
What happened to those?
Hopefully nothing. Hopefully that you continue to wear them. I'm just saying there's a time and a place for everything. And we've had this conversation on a different show, whether it's the socks and slides, deal, or Uggs, or or house slippers. That's a very West Coast thing. I love those corduroy slippers, but Ugg boots in the house, not Ugg boots like the Ugg slippers. I don't let mine go past the ankle. I have like slippers, proper house slippers.
Nope.
Good.
That happened to be Uggs. So Zilla is a fan of Uggs too.
In the proper context.
Corduroy slippers. Everything
I
else
don't know
is-
what you guys are talking about. These corduroy slippers. I don't get it.
You've never seen those back in the 80s? The corduroy slippers? They
He
look.
grew up
They're
on
house
the East
shoes.
Coast. You'd have to
What
go
is a
like
house shoe? Never heard of house shoes in my life.
What the?
like when you go to when you come home, you take off your shoes and you leave your dirty shoes like at the door or in the doorway, and then you put on your house shoes so that you don't walk around the house barefoot.
It's like
these are
Mr. Rogers, like changing his shirt. Like I don't
like
know.
changing your shoes 100%. That's
I take my shoes off and then walk around the house in my socks.
right. But there's also the concept of house shoes where you'd actually it's a house slipper. It's house shoes. It's shoes that you wear in the house so that you don't track the outside world in and around your home.
Okay. I think. It makes sense. Just never had them. Sounds kind of bougie.
What? So basically, what you're saying is you're not using your Uggs for house shoes. You're using them for.
Dude, I have 6 pairs of Uggs.
Oh,
I have 2
Jesus.
pairs of slippers that stay in the house, and I have a number of other SKUs of
SKUs?
boots. Yeah, that I
The
wear
only thing
outside
that's
the house.
skewed is your perception of how proper wearing Uggs in public are. That's what's skewed.
We got to find that picture, Neil. I of my UGG picture, which when
Oh.
you guys realized that I was, an UGG fanatic.
That was
Do you
the
have them
start.
in varying heights? Like, do you have like, it's not so cold today, I'm going to wear my anklet ones. And then you have like the ones that keep your calves warm. And then do you have like the over the knee version? Is that how your 6 go? Or is it different
Yeah,
color?
I wear those with my yoga pants.
Your
Of course you do.
Lululemons. The funny thing is like I can if you have 6 pairs of Uggs, then you know how like one sneaker a sneaker collector has like all of his dunks like lined up in the background and it's like stacked up. You have enough to have the same display, but of just Uggs.
Yeah, I probably do, because I'm kind of OCD when I put stuff away. So I'm guessing if I walked in my closet right now, they'd probably be like in order of height. I'm guessing.
So they are at different heights. Interesting.
Well,
Oh,
I
he-
have different types. I have like lace ups that are super comfortable. They're like the best.
Wait. So is that like a chukka boot? Like, is that an actual regular snow boot? If it's
I
if it's got
actually
laces?
have a higher than a chukka. It's up maybe that much higher than a chukka boot.
This is genuinely giving me a fucking headache.
No, I'll give that one a pass. I will give that
Neil,
one a
you
pass.
you used to be in fashion. You should know all this stuff.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Hence the reason why I am getting a headache right now.
I'm just saying, Jilly Bean in the Twitch chat says, I would think that you're wearing your girlfriend or wife's shoes if I saw a man in Uggs.
Are you people not familiar with Tom Brady?
Neil Jackson with the 1980s teen film Slow Clap. Right out of Can't Buy Me Love. And then we just go faster.
Big shout out to Jilly Bean.
Hold on, I'm Googling something right now.
What, your masculinity?
How do we get masculinity back from wearing Ugg boots? Okay. We're going. We went from superstition to Ugg boots.
Well, I mean, listen, it's not unusual for this show to ever go off the rails. It just happened to do so, 40 minutes in.
When was it on the rails?
Okay,
It
guys.
started.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to name some people, males that wear Uggs. Shia LaBeouf,
Oh God.
Lunatic.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Lunatic.
Pete Wentz,
Lunatic.
Lunatic.
Pharrell.
Lunatic.
These are very, very stylish people, by the way.
And you think that you're in their class?
No, but if it's good enough for
I'm just saying, like, okay, great. I'll give you all of those guys. Phenomenal. They're all very stylish people. You're not.
Big shout out to Jordan Zotz.
I'm not saying anything because if that was Jess that said it, I'm not going to get in trouble again.
Thank you. I love the fact that everybody's like on. Dude.
You know what? You know what you guys are like? Not you, Zilla, because you own Uggs. So I don't know what the fuck you're yelling about. You guys are like the people that say, "Oh, pineapple on pizza is disgusting," but they never tried it. Now I agree that pineapple on pizza is disgusting, but I tried it only so I could say that and not sound like an asshole. Gross, by the way.
I don't think so, man. I think this is a little different. I probably wouldn't doubt that Uggs are comfortable.
Neil, what happens when Meredith calls and she says, that's her name, right? Meredith?
Actually,
and
now I realized I had said it.
It's Martha. It's Martha. Martha. What happens when Martha calls next year and says, "Hey, we want Neil for the UGG party. Tell him to pick out a pair to wear and we will send them to him." And then you wear them. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter how comfortable they are. You're never going to admit it.
No. Dude, Uggs looks like a comfortable shoe, but there's a lot of comfortable shoes. Now, you're saying this because you love them.
I love them.
And I am saying that there's a lot of comfortable shoes out there, but you look ridiculous in those things. You look ridiculous in those things. I get comfort. I'm all about comfort, but you could choose another shoe than look ridiculous. But I
have some stylish Uggs.
Now, if Martha called me asking me if I would wear Uggs for an UGG event, I would pick the most ridiculous one out of them all and be like, I want those, and I'm going to wear those for the next 3 hours.
If this happens, you order size 15s because when you're done, you send them to me.
You're 15?
In Uggs, yeah.
Same.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's
in everything else, I'm a 14, but in most Uggs, I'm a 15. Whoa. Some are 14, some are 15s.
Same.
So yeah, no, I mean, I would pick the most ridiculous ones, and then that would be the last. I mean, it happened to me in the Grammys with Crocs.
Yeah.
I never wore them.
Yeah, Nikki Chips in the Twitch chat said, "I thought Martha was the Crocs girl."
She is.
Are they the same company? Are they have
they're both owned by Deckers, Deckers shoes, and so it's both.
Oh, okay. I had no idea they own Crocs, but
doesn't that really say something? That
Neil, it's the same person?
I don't think Crocs is owned by Deckers.
No. Hold on. Uggs is owned by Deckers. Deckers also owns. Okay, I'm gonna blow your minds here.
I don't think you will, but go ahead.
What? You know the sandals that have the straps on them that go around your ankle and across your toes?
Teva's?
Yeah, they own Teva.
Okay, you guys both said it correctly. Nobody knows that it's pronounced Teva.
Well, I DJ'd for them.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. I remember now that it's Teva, not Crocs that they own.
Oh, yeah, They own Birkenstocks.
This is just the worst conversation ever.
No, because what we've identified is that some of the ugliest fucking footwear on the planet are all owned by the same goddamn people. That's what
Martha,
we've really figured
out. Martha, if you're listening, we don't like that guy. And Neil and I love you and your products.
Oh, no. Me and Martha actually went in on you about that.
Neil actually told the story about me and my Uggs on his show today.
Yeah. We went in on that one.
I also want to point out the fact, again, in the proper context, in the proper situation, at home, I like to wear my UGG slippers in and around the house. We have marble floors here. So these things are amazing. However, I'm not leaving the house in my Uggs ever. I'm not going on a Starbucks run in Uggs or Crocs or anywhere.
If you're
like
a man and you have any respect for yourself,
that's what my Ultra Boosts are for.
Zilla, you know how comfortable the Uggs are. So just picture this. I want you to close your eyes,
okay,
and visualize this.
Uh-huh.
You're in your Uggs.
Uh-huh.
You're also in a pair of loosely fitting flannel pajama bottoms. Okay, and a hoodie and a hat, and it's snowing just very gently outside. Tell
ever
me,
so gently.
Tell me, you're not the most comfortable human being on the planet walking into that Starbucks to get your pumpkin spice latte.
Oh Jesus!
I live just outside of La Jolla. I can smell the ocean from my house. No, this is like it's just not a reference point to me. No. I mean, listen, it all sounds phenomenal. Great flannel pajamas.
Yeah, but it looks good on you, though.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Justin, where's your hat? Looks like the kind of hat you get a free bowl of soup with. Besides, as Nikki Chips says in the chat room, I'm a onesie guy.
Actually, I'm a onesie guy too.
Right.
I own 4 of them.
I got 3.
The picture I have in my phone of Neil, let me see if I can pull it up, is Neil in a onesie, just so everybody knows. I'll see if I can find this.
Oh, really? What color is it?
Hold on. You know what? I lied. You're not in a onesie. You're in pajama pants.
If you're on Team Onesie, put a 1 up in the chat room, by the way.
Yeah, I've got a gnarly onesie. I have a 100% pure cashmere onesie, holiday onesie.
Wow.
Yep.
I have a onesie, but it's like a base layer for like skiing. Your boy sent it to me from Smartwool.
Oh yeah, I actually got to place another order with.
But it's a little too tight for me though. Like I couldn't wear it out.
Feeling a little young on you? I always love that term. Damn, that thing's looking a little young on you.
That's pretty good. I never heard that. So that seems like something. That's like something Marty Rock would say.
Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of ones going up in the chat room, and then you're like, Roses are red in the chat says I have a Chewbacca onesie. Nicopalooza, I've got a ring-tailed lemur with a tail, complete with tail. Let's see. Jenna saying the buffalo plaid onesie for the win. I mean, onesies are awesome. With
I
the
kind of
feet
want
and
to get in
everything.
my onesie right now. Feeling that urge.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to show anybody your knees, Neil, and there would be a lot of disappointed people.
Well,
in the chat room.
that's when I have to pull out the snack laddie.
I
Don't
have no
ask.
idea what that is. I'm just going to go ahead and go with it.
The chat knows. The chat knows the power of the snack laddie. So,
sorry, just went down the wrong pipe. I'm sorry. All right.
So yeah.
But sorry, Jenna was asking. By the way, she was asking what size shoes do you and I wear because Justin revealed his shoe size.
I'm a 13.
And I'm a 14 in Nikes and 15 in Adidas. So my Ultra Boosts, my Ultra Boosts are 15s. My NMDs are 14s. And then all of my Jordans are 14s as well.
Zilla, I think we have the same exact size feet because I'm basically the same as you.
But
I don't know if that's weird or not.
But I'm so
what was that
better
Friends
looking.
episode where identical hand twins? So we're identical feet twins. Remember that episode where Joey met his identical hand twin in Vegas?
The only hand model I'm familiar with is George Costanza. Thank you very much.
Of course. Oh God!
All right, I'm gonna do a wardrobe change. I'm gonna get in my my onesie.
Oh wow,
Lord. This is incredible. This is like you're like Beyonce.
we love it. All right, well, moving on.
So Zilla,
Yo.
you mentioned well, for not you, Zilla, chat. We're speaking about getting into the winter, and there's a fun little tradition that raises money for charity, and that is Movember. Is anyone in the chat participating in Movember? And any of the ridiculous mustaches that you all have, because I have some friends that have some really, really dumb mustaches. If you guys have them, text them to us. We'll throw some up on the screen. But I mean, I guess we're only 13 days in, so it's not going to be that ridiculous, right? We got to wait. Maybe wait a couple weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a great movement. I mean, when you really think about it, because men's health is really important. Something that we talked about earlier in the show, but for me, as the cancer survivor on this panel, it's having gone through that process, a few years back, you realize that men's health really doesn't get the same level of attention, like men's cancers, prostate cancer, testicular cancer, etc. Just doesn't really get the same amount of attention that some of the other cancers do. So at the end of the day, I think what's critical is that, that guys feel comfortable about talking about it, talking to their doctors about it, to look for the signs, to get themselves educated, because that's what life's all about. Like, we should be doing that. So
can I ask a ridiculous question?
Sure, of course.
No, finish your thought, because I'm an asshole.
Go ahead.
I interrupted as usual. So can you grow a full beard and then make a ridiculous mustache at the end? Or do you have to just have a mustache the entire month?
Well, I mean, I know friends that are actually doing the whole beard thing too. Like they're just doing like the they're doing the no shave November in solidarity for Movember. And then other folks are putting on teams. But, that's one of the other drawbacks that I've seen for, in COVID 2020, is that a lot of these things would happen within the workplace. Like coworkers would get together, a group of friends were like, all right, we're going to do this together. First of all, I think all of us were growing out our Movember beards back in March and April. And, when we couldn't see a barber, and it looks like we might not be seeing barbers for a while either. So, I don't know. But I mean, go ahead.
No.
I was just commenting on the fact that it just occurred to me that a lot of things would happen within the workplace. Different offices, people would team up, raise money. You see it all over your social media profiles, like, hey, I'm raising money for Movember this year, and the donations are going to whether it's prostate cancer research or one of the local hospitals. But nope, we all got Rona beards. And but also, I mean, the same thing happened last month with like the Komen Foundation. Like, every October you'd see like massive pink rallies of folks doing like, walks for breast cancer research. And, these things, you'd see teams 40, 50, 100 people deep. I mean, Justin, you were with me back when we used to do the Breath of Hope lung cancer walks, and we would pull 40, 50 people just as, our own little team. And none of that's happening right now. So I think it's, even on a small platform like this, I think it's important to talk about, just to remind folks, get out there and get yourselves checked. It's a good thing. Irene is saying, we have a women's group at my job, and we started to raise money for Movember for the guys in our office. See, I'm down with that. How big of a mustache are you growing? Kidding. No.
So everyone in the chat, let's see a 1 in the chat if you want to see Neil's onesie right now.
I don't have access to the chat, but I'm voting right here, right now. 1.
All right. That's good enough for me.
All right. So festive.
Right? Look at this.
Are you going to put your foot up? Is that what you're going to do right now?
Do you want me to?
I don't care.
Wait,
no.
Now does it have the feet, Neil? Does it actually have the feet, Neil? Or is
No.
I got it. Then it's not a onesie.
It's like a
that you're wearing long johns. That is not a onesie.
Chat. What do you think? This is a onesie. Definitely a onesie.
My interpretation of a onesie, and chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm totally, I'm wrong.
This is definitely
more than half the time. Is that a onesie generally has a zipper that goes up the front, and it's inclusive of the little footsies. May or may not have a hood. That's a onesie.
No. Like, you can't get an adult version with the feet. That's just not gonna happen.
Say that again, Neil.
Oh God. All right, Zilla, go change.
No, I can't change. I can't change.
Are we battling?
I will. We can't change. But excuse me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Hey!
Who are you yelling at?
I'm cheering.
Oh, okay. I thought like someone walked in your house and you're like yelling at them.
Jenna wants me to tell you the material. This is all cashmere right here.
That's cashmere?
Yes, this is the most comfortable thing I own.
What the hell is going on right now?
I'm just looking at you, Justin, like, where are you at?
I already told you I have one, but it doesn't have feet because it's a, you know,
We
it's
should have done a onesie edition.
You know what we should do? Here's what we should do.
Have a onesie party?
During Christmas, we should have a onesie party. We all wear onesies. The entire chat has to wear onesies and send us pictures, and then we can put pictures up on the show.
So, onesie.
What is that?
It's a onesie.
No. What's the pattern on it? What is that?
Skull and crossbones.
Skulls and crossbones.
Damn.
Very, very much on brand for Old Man Zilla. And so it's got, as advertised,
Mine has a drop crotch.
zipper.
A what?
Drop crotch.
Mine
Like,
actually
like
has,
hammer pants.
and then wait for it as we get a little further down. Little footsies.
Whoa.
With traction, like the hospital slippers. So you have the ability to not go slipping and sliding. Though as a child, slipping and sliding was the best part of wearing these damn things. Totally flannel. I will say it does get hot. Here's the best part. If you got to poop, it's Velcro.
Oh, that is disgusting.
That is disgusting.
That is
Wait.
disgusting.
What do you mean?
Because that's like assuming that you're gonna.
It's
You know
like
how you like take a piss and sometimes you just don't hit the bowl. It's the same idea.
Never. No. Some of us are adults and we actually know how to aim.
Sometimes you wake up late at night and you just walk over, you walk through your room into the bathroom, and then there's just that one part of the stream that just doesn't quite make it.
To prove the point that this is not just a one-off Neil Jackson and Justin Zotz,
It's not just a onesie.
here's my other onesie. And it's got a hood. Long sleeve. Totally flannel. Super comfy. I don't know if you could see this because it's camouflage. Horrible joke. Okay. and wait for it more. Footsies.
Wait.
I'm
Is
gonna
that a
say-
reverse? Is that
No,
reverse?
this is I had two. I have to. I've actually worn this. I've actually worn this out I've worn both of these out in nightclubs before for onesie parties.
Oh, there's onesie parties?
Oh yeah, we used to have them at 207 back in the day. Absolutely.
We did?
Yes.
I don't have a flap, thank God. But I do have a back pocket, so
I don't remember this.
No, it was like one of the promoters threw like a pajama party. They did that
At my nightclub that I don't remember. Sounds about right. Oh God.
Hey, yeah, but as Jilly points out, I may or may not miss, but you know what? At least I wash my hands.
By the way, my hands are so dry this week because I wash them like 50 times a day now because I'm in my house all the time and I still wash them. It's horrible. They're like cracking. I mean, I moisturize every day, but
Kiehl's hand
soft.
lotion. Kiehl's
Yeah.
hand lotion
you
all
gotta
day.
just get.
I have lotion.
You got to get
And I
that
use
lotion,
it.
the Thickum lotion.
Thickum.
Yeah, the ones that are the Thickums. Oh, the terms these kids use nowadays.
I'm sorry, but I'm captivated by Neil's pajamas, by his
They're the
Like, I'm
drop
just-
crotch. They're like the MC Hammer pants.
bro. I'm expecting a Christmas card with that right there.
Yeah.
Like happy
I-
holidays, Neil Jackson.
Dude, this is cashmere. This is 100% cashmere. This shit is the heaviest thing I own. I actually wanted to put it on to see if I even fit it. So I still got it.
it is Christmas 24/7 wherever Neil Jackson is, whenever he's rocking that onesie. I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but yeah, so I got a onesie. I'm still waiting to see Justin's.
It's nothing fancy. It's just a like base layer, like very tight, like a lycra spandex / wool onesie to keep warm during skiing. But I would like a onesie.
Jordan, I do not own a Santa hat. I will never own a Santa hat.
Oh,
Santa hats for me represent
Christmas
something.
sucks. See, you finally
No. Santa hats for
it.
me represent a whole nother thing, and that's SantaCon. SantaCon is I love Christmas. SantaCon though, can't get down with that. It's the worst. That's the worst celebration on the planet.
It's pretty bad.
No, it's the worst.
Okay.
I can't think of any other celebration that's worse than that one.
Oh, you've never been to Comic-Con.
What are you talking about? Comic-Con? I can imagine.
Amazing. I'm full of shit. It's
I was like, wait, what are you talking about? SantaCon is the worst, dude. That brings the worst out of people.
I don't disagree. By the way, for anybody that was asking, I did. First of all, if you haven't figured it out yet, because you only get to see this version of me right here. So I'm a big boy. I'm 6'6". I'm the size of two people, and they still make onesies my size. If you're looking for one for your significant other or for like your whole family, this isn't a plug. I'm not getting any kickback for it, but I all source these online from a place called Footy Factory. And that's like all of their onesies have the footies built in. So if you were looking, that's your answer. Why are you
Factory?
The Footy Factory. Why are you shaking your head in disbelief, Justin Zotz, as if like
it wasn't disbelief. It was more disgust. And that's because I think it's no, dude. It has nothing to do with you.
No, I want to know. I want to understand what it is about.
I think it's a terrible name. I'm disgusted with the company.
Tipsy Elves was taken.
Footy Factory.
Tipsy Elves was taken, and those guys made $1 gazillion on Shark Tank.
Hey, wait, that's the company that made your onesie was called Footy Factory?
Footy Factory.
Oh. No, I was just wondering. I was like, wait, what? Footy Factory?
Neil is currently Googling Footy Factory so he can order some.
Wait, let me see if I can get my fat finger out of the way. Footy Factory.
Okay.
Please send Footy Factory gift cards courtesy of Neil Jackson. Just send them to Neil.
So, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Are you guys traveling?
Hell to the no, no, hell no.
Justin?
I don't believe so. I'd like to, but I don't think I'm going to.
Yeah. I just I was
we'll have the dysfunctional Zotz family holidays again this year.
Oh, you put the fun in dysfunction.
That's true. No, I don't believe I am, but I don't care if 2 people are going to be here or 50 people are coming. I'm cooking a turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes. I do it every year because I love that meal. It's my favorite meal of the year, and it's the greatest holiday of the year. So I just do it, and then maybe I'll give the leftovers away.
Yeah, we were gonna cater, and then I think I was gonna bring some food in from one of the local restaurants because when I don't do this, I actually own a small sandwich shop with my parents, and my mom's in there cooking all day every day. It's actually a nice little fun mom and pop sandwich shop. So I felt a little guilty. I'm like, oh, so on the one day that we take off, mom's gonna come home and cook. And I think she was more upset of the fact that I was bringing in catering than letting her cook. So it's just going to be, my siblings, my parents, and a bird. There's always a bird. My mom makes. I mean, Justin, you've had mom's cooking. It doesn't suck. And
no, it doesn't.
So
and by you bringing in food from the outside, you ruined her Thanksgiving, by the way, because she loves to cook for you guys.
So listen, I'm not.
Your mom is a saint. She is a saint, and you do whatever she wants.
So mom's king. Just that was overruled. So mom is cooking for Thanksgiving, and it's gonna be the same thing. Just a little bit of a rewind. Our house is currently being renovated, but if it wasn't, previous Thanksgivings and pre-COVID Thanksgivings in the Zilla household would have 60 people at a minimum. Like we were the great, we were the kind of the destination for Thanksgiving. We're the place that everyone would go, and I miss that. But yeah, there's going to be a bird. There's going to probably be some ham. There's going to be definitely some stuffing, mashed potatoes. Mom does this really awesome, like a yam souffle, like a yam casserole.
I was just going to say, please don't say casserole.
I don't know. It's like mashed sweet potato. She has like a sweet potato mash with like butter and cinnamon and then it's like topped with like a strudel over the top of it, and it's just bomb. I mean, it's next level. But yeah, so Nelly cooks, and that's what we're doing for Thanksgiving here at the Zilla house.
Neil's officially bored with us. He's on
No.
I'm Facebook, like watching videos now.
I'm hosting the channel, but I can only do it. I only know how to do it from my phone. So,
Okay.
You're better than me. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So there we go.
You know what? Zilla, we need to put you on my show. People need to hear you.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Okay, give them a reading from the Gospel of Zilla.
And I promise you, I will never cut you off.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna jump into the chat room a little bit and kind of shout out some of the folks. So Nika Palooza is saying she's traveling from her room to the kitchen, and a rapid test is required to come into her house at the door. Jilly Bean's asking Justin, do you deep fry, smoke, or bake your turkey?
Bake in the oven.
Bake it in the oven. We tried the deep fried thing. It's just not for us. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to my bird. I prefer it baked.
Me too.
I've never had it deep fried.
Yeah, we had it once. We tried it. It's just not. I don't know. I mean, some folks swear by it, but maybe it's just I think I'm a purist.
Me too.
But that's just me. Oh, Nick's like, I almost burned the house down. Not fun. Is that by deep frying, or was that just in general? Was that like on a random Thursday? Like, I almost burned my house down. With frying a turkey? No, I was saging bad spirits.
Getting rid of that bad luck from that broken mirror.
So I have a question for both of you guys, and for the chat room as well. Is there something that you would find that people would find on your Thanksgiving spread that other people would find unusual?
No. As you're thinking, I'll tell you exactly what I eat every single year.
Okay.
Turkey, mashed potatoes, not sweet potatoes because they suck. Corn, stuffing, gravy, and I make those ridiculously amazing biscuits out of like the little tin. That's my dinner every year.
Well, so a lot of people from different parts of the country.
And every year someone brings like cranberry, or every year someone brings a can of the cranberry, and it never gets put out. And every year someone brings a casserole, like a green bean casserole, nobody fucking eats it.
What the?
Yeah.
Hey, wait, they don't eat the cranberry from the can. Hey, wait, okay, you know what? I got questions for you. Zilla.
Shoot.
Cranberry from a can or from scratch? I mean, or whatever.
Well, just to go back, sorry, I'm interrupting. To go back, we've had both. But no one ever eats it. They just bring it as like hey, I got to bring something. Here's this stupid fucking sauce that no one likes.
I think the time I came to your house for Thanksgiving, I just brought booze. That's just the easiest thing. And I brought a bottle of wine. Like, why can I bring a can of cranberry juice? What's wrong with you? I mean,
no, cranberry sauce. Like Yeah, like
Yeah, the
in
one that
can.
when it comes out of the can, it's got the ridges, so you know exactly where to slice it and then throw it in the trash.
If that dude Dogface doesn't make a video where he's chugging cranberry sauce on Thanksgiving, he has bad management.
Completely blown it. Really quickly, guys, I want to jump into just talk about something because I asked that question in the chat room. We're starting to get some answers in. Jilly Bean saying raviolis in meat sauce because we're part Italian. Nika says that we do an Italian stuffing. I know that there are different regions of the country. Like if you're in the Northeast, they've got like clam in their stuffing. Different regions of the country, I mean, that's just the way it goes. Nikki Chips, our good friend there, Spanakopita. He has
Spanakopita.
Who doesn't love a good, good Spanakopita? Jenna's asking regular corn or sweet creamed corn.
I don't like creamed corn.
Okay. Nika saying Italian sausage, mozzarella, Pepperidge Farm cubes with a mix of chicken broth and cream of mushroom. Also, cranberries from scratch. It's 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar. Boil it till they pop and then chill them. Nika saying oyster. I had it wrong. It was clam stuffing. It's actually oyster stuffing. I sit corrected.
I don't know if it's being a traditionalist or just being boring. I like just the regular red stuffing. No.
So what I'm saying is that oyster stuffing is found predominantly in New England. Like that's just like, yeah, it's kind of a regional thing. Like that's how they do it. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So in our house, and then Neil, I'd love to hear about yours after I throw this out there. So, we're a first generation Palestinian family. So my mom and bridges the gap, right? Like when we used to have these massive family gatherings, you would have like you would have your full on traditional American spread, stuffing that's got hot and sweet sausages crumbled in there and fresh peeled water chestnuts and boom, boom. The turkey is just done right. And then an entirely traditional Middle Eastern spread that's like right alongside of it. So you've got your stuffed grape leaves, you've got your hummus, your tabbouleh, you've got anything that you could possibly imagine right alongside of it. So you're just stuffing your face for both sides of the planet, being incredibly thankful that you're able to fit all this food in your face. That's how we do it at our house. Neil, I would love to hear how you do it at yours.
I mean, we're pretty simple. Actually, the crazy thing is I'm staying here, but I know how to cook Thanksgiving dinner. So I do turkey, ham, stuffing from scratch, canned cranberry sauce because it's way better. I do mac and cheese, rolls.
I'm not against a mac and cheese. I like a mac and cheese if it's homemade.
I'm a mac and cheese advocate.
So my question and I do, vegetable salad, green beans, but my question for you guys is, what is that one dish, if you're celebrating it somewhere else, what's that one dish that you crush? That's I'm doing things, Friendsgiving, but you got to bring a dish. What's that dish?
Justin?
For Thanksgiving, my stuffing. Actually, that's a lie. I make the greatest mashed potatoes in history.
Okay.
I was going to say that I make a damn good mashed potato, so let's compare recipes. All right.
Okay, let's hear them. Let's hear them.
Justin. So there is nothing in my recipe where you'll be like, oh, that sounds great. It's just the type of potato and way too much butter and salt and pepper. I prefer Yukon Gold potatoes to make my mashed potatoes.
Okay. And then what else do you put in there?
Just salt and pepper and tons of butter. And heavy cream, not milk. Heavy cream.
Yep.
So I do a version
but sorry, I got to finish.
It's okay.
You have to hand mash and there has to be lumps. If there's no lumps, sucks.
So I agree with you on certain aspects of it. So Yukon Gold potatoes are phenomenal. I actually put a potato ricer to work. I definitely like a potato ricer just gives you the smoothest, most amazing texture in the world. But my secret weapon is Boursin cheese. And Boursin cheese is a soft cheese It's a French soft cheese. It's like a cream cheese, but it's got garlic and chive in it. And when it just, so it's got the equal parts of butter and milk, or butter and cream, excuse me. And then the Burson cheese, and then you just season it with a little salt and white pepper. And you either run it through a food mill or use a potato ricer. And friends, let me tell you, there are no better potatoes. I mean, Justin's might be, and we'll leave that for you guys to decide. But believe me when I tell you, Boursin cheese is a phenomenal addition to your mashed potato recipe.
So for those of you that aren't putting bougie, rich cheese in their mashed potatoes, you go with my recipe.
You can get it at Costco, 3-pack for $6.
Yeah, you put on your Uggs and you make it like Justin. For me, I make them very simple. I just get regular ass potatoes, and I put heavy cream, butter, and I also put sour cream. And I also, with the butter, I melt down the butter and I smash garlic. And then I put that in there and infuse it all together, and then I pour it all through and then just bake it. So it's almost like a baked potato sort of, but just smashed up.
I think the next, I wish we could like teleport. We could have like a baked potato, mashed potato off, and just try everybody's mashed potatoes, because they all sound amazing.
I was going to say, I don't think anybody's going to go home angry eating any one of the recipes that we just described. But,
But my secret weapon's actually macaroni and cheese.
I love a good mac and cheese. That's one of my strong suits too.
Yeah, I put all sorts of cheeses in there and meats. I put meats in there. It's its own meal altogether. There's Thanksgiving dinner, and then there's the mac and cheese.
Explain to me the meats that would normally go into yours, because I've done the whole lobster mac and cheese. I've done the crab mac and cheese. I've done like a chicken bacon ranch.
You could put bacon. You could put them both.
Yeah, like I said, I've done a chicken bacon ranch mac and cheese, which I think is not bad at all.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, we should probably frame the context that when I say I put the meats in there, we should probably frame the proper context, and that we're explaining we're making mac and cheese, and not, I put the meats in there.
No, I put meats in there.
There it is.
I have very strong opinions on mac and cheese.
Please.
That's why we want to hear your opinions.
You have to let me finish, though, because after I say this first part, you're not going to.
You never let us finish.
Well, I'm saying this before I go, so I'm preemptively telling you can't interrupt me. I love Kraft mac and cheese. Love it. I think it's the greatest thing ever.
You know what? You are a Karen.
I just said, give me a minute to finish.
You're a Karen. Anyway, go ahead.
God.
I'm not even listening to this anymore. Go ahead.
When it comes to like a more of a gourmet mac and cheese, I don't like meats in it. I don't like anything in it but the cheese and the macaroni. And I think breadcrumbs are an incredible addition. I hate when it's too cheesy. I know that sounds crazy. I like when it's more about the macaroni than the cheese part of it. But I do like a truffle mac. Truffle mac and cheese is delicious. Now I'm done. You guys can yell at me.
You're a fucking Karen. Sorry, dude. I just had to say that. That is crazy. You were just crazy. That you're just crazy. That's it. Did you say Kraft cheese?
Love Kraft macaroni and cheese. Come on, chat.
At least Velveeta, that sucker. Come on.
No. Look, put a 1 in the chat if you like Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I'm not going to lie. I've got maybe a half dozen of those single serving Kraft mac and cheeses in the cupboard, because sometimes.
Thank you, Nika. Someone put a 1 in the chat. Thank you.
But there's something to be said for a good old fashioned scratch made, where you're just, you start off blonding a roux, and then, and you turn that sucker into a good Mornay sauce, and then throw in some Fontina, some Gruyere, some sharp cheddar, maybe a little pepper jack in there.
Chop up some jalapenos in that bitch.
Well, that's where the pepper jack. That's where the pepper jack was coming from, for just a little bit of heat. little mustard powder, some just a tiny bit of smoked paprika, because you got to have seasoning, Justin. You got to understand things need to be seasoned.
And then you got your Kraft.
Kraft has a lot of seasonings. It's delicious.
Wait, now, you see that Nika's saying cream of tartar? Yes, you got to have that little bite in it. Yes.
Nah.
But I mean, it's part of an elevated experience. Or you can eat like a 6-year-old. Whatever floats your boat.
Yep.
I like both. I like a good high quality mac and cheese with some good cheeses, and maybe some breadcrumbs. But I also like, I like some Kraft.
You know what? I'm okay with this.
I like both.
I'm not, but whatever.
I am.
Look, I'll eat any of it, except I don't like meat in it. I don't like any kind of seafood. That's disgusting to me. But
So you're not down with like a lobster mac?
I hate it. It's just, I love lobster. It's just not something that I think goes together. I could never. Ugh. It makes me like almost gag when I think about it.
I have friends that don't believe. I have friends in the culinary community that do not believe that seafood and dairy belong together at all.
I am one of those people.
I mean, me. I'll even throw some like a nice you throw a nice sausage in there, like an andouille, something with some bite, some snap. Oh yeah.
Maybe a little sprinkle of like bacon. I could be down with.
What about like a nice are you like if you're having if you're at having a nice barbecue dinner and you've got some brisket next to your mac and cheese,
that thing is getting shoved all the way in there.
You don't do the double scoop. Your food has to be compartmentalized.
In this case, yes, but what I do mix is when I have my mashed potatoes, I make a little indentation, and my corn goes right in there.
Oh,
and then gravy all over the top.
I wish my sister was still in the chat room, because like I actually make my mashed potatoes in corn sometimes when I'm just feeling like being a total dirtbag. I will do the mashed potatoes and corn together as a singular dish.
Yes.
Which let me tell you, by the way, if you have it at your local Costco, I'm a Costco aficionado, friends. They have elote. They have elote off the cob.
I had elote today for lunch.
First of all, elote is delicious. And if you look at elote, if you're doing the elote with the mashed potatoes, nothing better. It is absolutely incredible. And I have to shout out, if that is the local DJ Rage from here in San Diego, what up, Rage? It's nice to see you, sir. It's been way too long.
He was in my stream earlier.
I just want to say for the record that emote I just put up is my elote emote.
I like that. Guys, so, I mean, I know that we still have, next week we have that's the Friday before Thanksgiving, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to do for Thanksgiving week, which we'll do offline. But what is, so Neil said, we talked about the whole, what are you bringing to the Friendsgiving? You talked about, Justin, you said, like, you ain't touching yams. My question for you and everybody in the chat is, what's the first thing you go for the next day when it comes to leftovers? What are you smashing? Like if it wasn't there, what would disappoint you the most by it being absent?
Mashed potatoes.
It's a cross between mashed potatoes and mac and cheese.
See, mashed potatoes and stuffing. Those are my two.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you.
Because stuffing only happens between the months of it's only socially acceptable to eat stuffing between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day. Like if you're like, oh, I'd like, if you're not going to walk into your local restaurant or diner and have, a turkey dinner in March. It just doesn't happen. It's socially frowned upon. So if the stuffing's missing, like that's my 3-month window, my 6-week window to put as much stuffing into this as humanly possible.
You're a stuffing guy. What do you like in your stuffing?
So I me being the mama's boy that I am. So my mom does it. She does a mixture of she does like a mixture of crumbled sausages. So you like hot and sweet Italian sausage. So some bites you're getting, you're just getting that flavor of fennel and sage, and then the others you're just getting straight smacked with heat. And she'll put like some fresh peeled chestnuts in there. Nelly rocks it. Sometimes what I'll do is then I'll take it and I'll make a ball, and then I'll smash it and I'll make it like a smash patty, like a burger. And then then I'll put some mashed potatoes over the top of that, top it with some turkey, and then I'll fry an egg, and I'll make my own like Thanksgiving Benedict.
I knew where you were going with that. I'm down with that. I'm such a boring stuffing guy. I just like a bread stuffing with nothing in it.
You just
I
get
love
your
I
Mrs.
love
Cumbersons,
sausage.
Mrs. Cumbersons, and just let it go.
I'm like
I don't know
looking
what
at
that
his
is.
plate in my mind, and it's got Kraft mac and cheese, plain stuffing.
No, I don't make mac and cheese on Thanksgiving.
It's got Kraft mac and cheese, and
I make homemade stuffing. It's not like I'm using stovetop.
no,
Nothing
but you're
wrong with
like,
stovetop.
I like the plain like stuffing, and I'm just seeing Kraft mac and cheese, and so I'm like trying to imagine this plate right now. That from all the things that you like.
Yeah, it's like Justin's Thanksgiving's catered by Walmart.
You guys are officially uninvited from Thanksgiving.
Listen, I will never be uninvited for your house. I've been to Thanksgiving at your house. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I
for
don't
the
want to
invitation.
go. If you got anything that you've just mentioned, I don't want to go to it. Or I'm going there and I'm cooking myself.
All right. Well, then. So then here's the other question, then, guys. Because there's a pie debate in the Zilla household. There's a handful of us here. All of us have our own preferences. The three biggest pies in terms of desserts historically in America are pecan, apple, and pumpkin. Most people swing for one of the three in those preferences, possibly something else. If you could only have one dessert on Thanksgiving, what are you guys going for? By the way, chat room, that question definitely pertains to you as well. So, if there is only one dessert and one dessert only that you are able to stuff your face with on Thanksgiving, it could be pecan pie, it could be apple pie, it could be pumpkin pie, or something entirely different that happens in your household. We want to know. Justin, you're first.
First of all, I feel like there's a poll coming. That's my guess.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I set it up for that.
I know.
Jesus, you're so new to this.
I don't really like pecan or pumpkin. I love apple pie. I think it's incredible. I like a Dutch apple pie specifically, but
Okay.
any apple pie is okay in my book with vanilla ice cream. Can't be any other flavor. Now, I like other flavors of ice cream way more than vanilla, but when it comes to an apple pie, I think that it should be heated up and then a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top.
Neil Jackson.
Why are you laughing at me?
I don't know. I'm just listening. This whole conversation, like since we've been talking about food, you're very like
Vanilla.
very particular. And
Yes.
it's very vanilla.
Welcome
I
to
would
the
like
White Guy
to
in the
ha-
Club
Well,
podcast
for
with
real.
Justin Lutz.
Look,
For
that's
real.
my brother's in the chat. He can tell you, like, that is basically the Thanksgiving meal that we had growing up. And then when I became an adult and started cooking my own stuff, I cooked what I liked. And if I'm doing all the work, I'm going to cook what I like. If you want a green bean casserole, bring it. If there's room in my oven, you can heat it up. If there's not, you're out of luck.
Okay.
I like to have my mashed potatoes, and then I like scoop a little like divot, and then I put my
Yes.
corn in there.
That's
And then
exactly what I do. 100%.
Zilla, are you catching this though? It's like I could see it. It's almost like a TV dinner. It's
Yeah.
like
I mean, you
its
might as well
own
just throw
section.
the hungry man in the microwave and call it a night. By the way, just for the record, Justin, your son just invited me. Your eldest just invited me to Thanksgiving dinner.
Boom.
So boom. I just got a text from your eldest that says you are officially invited to Thanksgiving. Did you get a text from your son inviting you to Thanksgiving? No, you didn't.
No, I guess I'm on my own.
Yes. So, Neil, how about your dessert choice? What is the top of the Neil Jackson food pyramid when it comes to Thanksgiving desserts? And the poll is up, by the way, guys. Thanks, Jenna.
My sister makes this thing called if it's out of the choices that you picked,
it could be something else. Like this is a learning opportunity for us.
You know, it's my sister makes cookies for Thanksgiving, and I destroy those things. It's between cookies and this thing called dump cake that she makes, and I can't. So you know what that is?
Yeah, I'm very familiar. If my interpretation of what a dump cake is, yes, I'm familiar with it. With basically a dump cake is like you'll throw in open up a can of either like apple pie filling or peach pie filling, and then you'll open up a vanilla cake and dump it over the top of it. You'll throw some little bits of butter over the top, and it goes straight into the oven and bakes as is. It's almost like a cobbler, I think.
Yes.
Am I describing it right?
It kind of, I never knew what was in it. I know that there was I noticed that she had blueberries in it, and then there was nuts in it and something else, and it looked like a cobbler. I couldn't figure out what it was though, and she's like, "Oh, it's dump cake," but I didn't know what everything was, all the things that were in it.
Mel was in here just a few minutes ago. Mel, if you're still online, inquiring minds want to know. Hopefully I did your dump cake proper by describing it properly. No, Jordan, dump cake is not the worst name for food ever. It's because what you do is you dump all the ingredients into a dish in one shot. That's where it gets its name. Mel says I described it perfectly. Thank you.
Yeah, that thing is.
Did you just give yourself a round of applause?
Yes. And the poll results are right now at 50-50 for apple and pumpkin. Guys, I got to admit, my go-to is the least favorite pie, apparently, and I don't know why I have such an affinity for it, but it's because I'm going to be a diabetic one day. I love a good pecan pie.
I actually really like pecan pie too. I would pick pecan pie over apple.
Yeah, I mean,
or any fruit pie.
Give me a little pumpkin. That's fine. If it's there, I'll have it. I'm not complaining. Apple, you can have it any time of the year, right? I mean, you could go to any grocery store on any given day and go get an apple pie, should you have a craving, or a cherry pie, which I saw Jilly Bean posted up, in the chat room earlier as well. But man, oh man, there is something to be said. Irene Fiasco in the Twitch chat. I have ate a whole pecan pie alone. I'm not going to cop to that, but I could see it happening.
I mean, I would admit to that if I could do that for sure. I'm going to try it actually.
But with a nice dollop of Cool Whip or a scoop of vanilla ice cream, it's just nice warm pecan pie. That's my jam. Straight up.
What's the most unusual thing that you've seen at a Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, again, because we're a multicultural family here, so we'll have the Arabic desserts. My mom will have Arabic cookies and baklava, and my favorite dessert in the world, which is a dessert called kanafe, which is shredded phyllo dough and melted cheese with a simple syrup over the top, orange blossom water, and some and some chopped pistachios, and that shit just comes out of the oven, and I'm talking the cheese pull is just next level.
Oh,
we had that. Didn't we have that?
We had that at my dad's birthday.
Yeah.
And that was actually one of Mom's not great ones. That was but when mom pulls through on that, so and I think that's one of the I think that's why I love America. I mean, that's why I love Thanksgiving so much, is because it's a celebration of, first of all, family, first and foremost. But it's also where we are and how grateful we are for the abundance and the bounty that America has provided us, but also as a first generation family, it gives us an opportunity to also share our culture with our friends and family and the things, and introduce them to things that, listen, I know it's cool that you see 64 varieties of hummus in your local like Trader Joe's every time you walk into it. But I grew up at a time like I would go to school and I would have like my little hummus little thing. My mom would make a fresh hummus and I'd be sitting there with my pita bread and kids are looking at me like I am never trading lunch with you ever. Because
until they try it and then they're like, damn.
Yeah, but they just, but you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's only, Middle Eastern food has only become en vogue in the last handful of years. So yeah, I think that's why I love Thanksgiving. First of all, the food is awesome. The friends, the gathering, the whole social aspect of it, and the celebration of all that's good that's come and all that's good that's yet to come. So there you go. Jordan says, I see your dump cake and raise you a piss pie. That's funny. Your brother. That's your brother. This is why my brother doesn't come on the show.
I'm guessing my brother is drinking wine in his house right now. That's my guess.
Nikki Chip says Middle Eastern or Mediterranean. You know what? It's Palestinian. That's really what it is. It's,
Isn't it all Asian?
Yes, it is all Asian. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Nikki Chips is European from Greece.
I love Middle Eastern and Mediterranean food. I just tried to actually get Tommy to have Mediterranean food tonight for dinner. Nikki Chips, my neighbor. Do you go to Green Corner? I love that place. I get it at least once or twice a week.
Wait, what were you trying to get Tom? What were you trying to get Tom to eat?
Greek food.
Like what specifically?
Well, I like that salad. What is it? Fattoush. That's my favorite.
That's
Fattoush.
Definitely not Greek.
Right. It's Lebanese.
It's Levantine. It's Palestinian, Lebanese, Jordanian, all of that. But yes.
And then I'll get like a chicken shawarma or a beef kebab, and they have this delicious rice with it, and they do like a side Greek salad and a side of hummus. It's great.
Oh, all day.
But the fattoush salad is like the greatest thing of all time.
Fattoush is a quality salad. That lemony acidic dressing, can't fuck with it.
With the little fried pita chips in it. Oh, so good.
Yup.
Dude, I am starving now.
I know, me too.
Same here. Is it Thanksgiving yet?
We can talk about this next week too, right?
Well, I was gonna say, should we do we were gonna talk about this offline, but let's just ask the chat and I'll ask you guys here. I mean, Thanksgiving week, we have next week, and then the week after is Thanksgiving. We could either A, do a Black Friday show. We could B, take the week off. We could C, do a Friendsgiving on Wednesday. Or we could do all of it. I have no opinion, but, we should probably come to a conclusion and decide.
I'm not doing a show on Thanksgiving because it takes all day for me to make my Kraft mac and cheese.
That wasn't one of the options, Justin, but thank you for listening.
I wasn't listening at all. I didn't listen.
He sounds like an old man. I don't know, even though it has nothing to do with the conversation.
Neither were we.
I'm like, okay. I don't know if Black Friday would be a good idea because, there are people trying to
buy PlayStations.
Yeah.
I feel fairly strongly that we should do Wednesday night. I think there's going to be a lot of traffic on Twitch. I think it'll be fun. I think people will be doing a lot of DJ sets. It could be a good, jump on the bandwagon. We could be the, the option for a chat if you don't want to listen to,
We want to have like our own, have our own little Friendsgiving party, and then we could all have like little plates of food in front of us, and we could invite all of our friends in the chat room. Like
a mukbang.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I'm down.
Maybe.
How about we do this? How about we all make? I was going to say we could all make our famous mashed potatoes, or mac and cheese, the night before.
If I may, though, however, if we do decide to do it on Friday, if people need a little break from their friends and families, Everybody will have plates of leftovers, and we can all be fat asses together. Just a thought.
Oh.
We could bring
we
in.
don't have to make a decision right now, by the way.
We could bring everyone in. I mean, I think we can do 10 people on this, right, Neil? On
Yeah.
StreamYard these days?
Yep.
We could bring in 7 other people at a time. And then when they get annoying, we kick them out. And then we bring in someone else.
No, we'll just swap people out. Just like
Well,
if
yeah,
you have
that's what I'm saying.
questions, we'll bring so-and-so in and talk to them a little bit and then bring in another
Friendsgiving.
It's
Perfect.
It's a Friendsgiving potluck, and we're doing it with leftovers, and we're doing it on Friday.
Oh, no, wait. I thought we were doing it Wednesday.
Well, okay, then whatever. Sure.
What's better? Chat, what's better? I know we're just waiting now.
Nikki Chips is saying like you guys could review the Thanksgiving recipes on YouTube and do what we do. Claudia is saying Thanksgiving leftover stream. Jilly Bean saying Discord video chat. I've not yet partaken in the whole Discord thing. She says, I mean, by the time nighttime Black Friday shopping will be winding down, and you can talk about all the deals you got, if any.
Wow, people
are already fighting over who gets to sit next to who at our Thanksgiving table.
All right, Jordan is saying Friday, so I think we've settled on Wednesday.
From a consistency standpoint, well, we will get back to you guys next week with an announcement. But if you've got ideas, you could DM any of us, DM all of us, one of us. But on next week's show, we'll announce what we're going to do. Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm open to Friday. See how flexible I am? I'm such a easygoing, normal human.
Oh,
I know.
God.
And Nikki did say Friday first, and then Irene is like, Friday would probably be best because Wednesday's families are prepping for Thursday.
Yeah.
So maybe Friday is. So Thursdays for family, and Fridays for friends, and that's our Friendsgiving.
And we'll bring everyone into the stream, and we can have some fun. And you can eat leftovers.
Yeah, and you guys got to show off your food.
And stuff you got on Black Friday.
Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Except for me,
About
when
time
I'm
we had some fun on
quarantined,
this
sitting
show.
at home and sitting on Amazon all day, every day's freaking Black Friday. Like all I do
Man,
is
it's
just
been Black
buy
Friday
ridiculous
since 3 weeks ago.
dude. I'm like, oh, like you see, like last week we showed the red Starbucks cup, and then Starbucks released the green Starbucks cup, and I had to go get me the green Starbucks cup because
I've been to Starbucks like 8 times since the last time we spoke about this, and I've been waiting to get a cup so I could send you a dumb picture. They have yet to give me a holiday cup.
and yet you get the senior citizen discount at Einstein.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you that this cup is pretty awesome because it changes colors. But anyways,
I'm starving, guys. I got to eat something.
all right. All this food talk certainly got us ready to go.
I have so much else on the list of things I want to talk about, but I don't think.
Can any of it move to next week, or is there
Yeah.
something?
Oh
that needs...
yeah, there's a couple good ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be prepared for this conversation next week. I'm not going to say it because then we'll start talking about it,
Okay.
and then we'll.
No, save it.
So let's get right into grinds my gears. Well, this is the time of the show. It's everybody's favorite segment. We all know that. Where we talk about the stuff that makes us angry. That was not the rest of the show. Like, it might seem like I was angry the whole show, but I was not. But this is where we talk about the things that piss us off, what grinds our gears. You guys have all done this. Both of you have done this in the past. So I'm going to do it today. There is nothing that is grinding my gears these days.
I mean,
I don't
Actually-
believe you for a minute.
yeah.
I
I think you actually did your grinds your gears when you started to freak out about going on lockdown. I mean, that I've never seen you freak out more than that moment.
I guess I can call that my grinds my gears. You know what grinds my gears? These little fucking baby steps that we're taking for this pandemic when it's not going to help. I'm sorry. I just don't think it's going to help. If you really want it to go away, really lock us down. lock us down for 3 weeks. We'll come out of this. If we would have done this 8 months ago, we would have been in a much better place than we are right now. I'm not going to get too far into it because I don't need to have my head explode this late in the show. That's what grinds my gears. This is so anticlimactic. Hopefully you guys got some heat.
I never have heat. I can't even think of anything that grinds my gears. I just don't care anymore. You're talking to somebody who's just kind of given up.
Look at what you're wearing. You've obviously given up on life.
No, what are you talking about? Irene Fiasco in the chat was like, "Wait, you're gonna bring people in the stream? That means do I have to actually like brush my hair now?"
Well, Zilla didn't brush his hair.
I think I just don't care. So at this point, I'm just kind of like cruising. Nothing gets any worse. So fuck it. I cut my own hair. I'm like on some like. I'm like on Survivor at this point over here.
I mean, Justin, isn't it about time for you to go yell at a barber at a Floyd's 99 barbershop? Like, aren't you about due?
Yeah,
no,
or go to a country club.
Only like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
I mean, I don't know what I want. Just cut it. Just make it look nice.
I'm so over being angry at everything. I'm just a nice guy. I don't want to be angry.
So Irene,
Zilla, we lost you. You hit mute on accident.
Having technical difficulties. I actually had to come off mic. So Irene was asking about the green Starbucks cup. Still nothing?
No. We can hear you. He said pause because you said you were going to come on your mic. He's like 5 years old. He eats crap.
Did he just leave?
He just left.
Bonus.
He's like, I don't have to put up with this shit. I'm out.
So what did I miss?
Oh God.
I have a feeling I'm getting. I probably.
No, you just said I something about you have to come off mic, and I said pause, and then then you disappeared.
And you're like, what? And I was like,
so, Justin, you and I were talking about so we both use Yeti mics in our setups, and there is a flaw that is done with these microphones that if you just jostle them even the slightest bit, it pulls out the USB cord doesn't quite sit in there right. And when it does, it throws off the entire stream. So as I was reaching, I just kind of nudged it with my wrist. My mic sits right here, and it just turned the entire stream off.
Yeah.
So anyways.
It's that damn micro USB is what it is.
Yeah, like use a damn proper USB or a USB-C, and it would be so much better. Anyways, point being, one of our friends in the chat room was asking about the green Starbucks cup, not to be confused with the red Starbucks cup, which is right over my left shoulder here. So the green one is also a reusable cup that they're giving away. What makes this one cool for the holiday season is that when you put your hot beverage in it, your green cup turns bright red.
damn.
I know.
Technology.
I know.
It's like a hypercolor cup?
That's exactly what it is. It's a hypercolor cup from straight out of 1992. It is a hypercolor cup. So that's that. What really grinds my gears, guys, is there's not a whole lot. I'm gonna own the fact that locally here, the fact that we're sliding back again into more lockdowns and things like that. I'll be real. COVID fatigue is real, and if you know me, Justin, Neil, you and I talk all the time. For our friends in the chat room, I'm very, very diligent about where I go, what I do, and I feel like I've been doing my part, and the last couple of days have been really hard on me because I feel like 9 months into this, and we're right back to where we started, and I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm being a little bit overly emotional about it. But it was like, it's for nothing, right? It's like, here we are. So, I'm really hoping that I'm just really hoping that yes. So DGIs is asking, so you wear a mask? I most certainly do. I'm very deliberate. I do it for myself. I have a pre-existing medical condition that absolutely requires me. I'm missing a lung on the left side. Justin can attest to that because Justin was at the hospital with me when I had it yanked out. What's grinding my gears? It's not one of my typical angry rants. I'm just tired. I'm tired and I'm disappointed, and I miss the old lives that we used to share together, and I'm ready to move on. Sadly, I don't think that a whole lot of people quite understand the severity of this yet. So fingers crossed that we get through this sooner than later, and nobody we know gets too sick. I mean, I don't know about you guys. Quick tangent, but not exactly, not too far off topic. I've noticed more people in my closer social circle through my social media feeds. I'm seeing more and more people saying, I tested positive. I think I might be getting sick, or this person, 1 degree off of that. I'm seeing more and more of it, more so than I did in the spring when this thing was at its real most prevalent. So I guess all I'm doing is I'm imploring everybody, please stay safe. Please look out after one another. You might not be doing it for yourself, but you might be doing it for somebody that you love. It's not a political statement. It's a virus. Nobody knows how this shit works. So just do what you can. And hopefully we get on the other side of this thing better than, without not too much worse for wear, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Thank you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I've kind of... well, the thing is like when we started to slowly open up, I knew that this wasn't even really over. So I just don't really have any hope for it. Not trying to be dark about it, but it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away until we come up with some sort of vaccine. So I'm not even trying to get a taste or get some sort of little bit of hope until something like that happens. And even then, it's going to be a wait. So I'm just going to stay with my routine, wash my groceries, be the nut that I am. Because it is going to be harder on people when they get that taste and then it gets ripped away from them. They're going to be 10 times more angry. There's just no point. And
did anybody see Elon Musk's tweet today?
No.
He was tested 4 times today. 2 came back positive, 2 came back negative.
But is that, and I think that again is indicative, that might be indicative of the test itself and how unreliable, because.
I'm just saying it's just everything's fucked up.
Right. It's like, so you've got, he's got a test, the test that he took is from a medical device company called BD, which, that's great. And they do phenomenal work. Maybe not in this particular instance, but, there isn't a national standard. We don't have like when you take the SAT, you don't take the San Diego County version of the SAT versus the suburban Phoenix version versus the New York version of the SAT. It's a national standard. That's why it's called standardized testing. We don't have a standard. Everybody's got different sets of metrics. Every municipality is treating this whole exercise differently. And here we are. And I just want to have Thanksgiving dinner with my family and friends, and I kind of just thought that we were going to be behind this by now, so I'm a little sad and I'm a little disappointed, but I'm still going to make it.
We were supposed to be fine. We were supposed to be fine by Easter, remember?
Yeah, well,
what a fucking terrible way to end the show.
No, it's, you know what, I think that we're doing, for our friends in the chat room, and I think that it's okay. Like we're supposed to talk about stuff like this because it is real life and it's happening in the moment, and it's not supposed to be. It's not a downer. It's just like we're real people at the end of the day, and this is how we're feeling about something that's impacting our lives at the moment. And if you know, and if maybe one person hears this, and yeah, Nikki Chips is like, back to Thanksgiving sides. But if one person hears this and decides to just be a little bit more protective of themselves and the people around them, maybe that'll start a ripple effect.
Hello?
And that's it.
Did you just say hello? Did he freeze? Oh,
I don't know what just happened. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That was weird. We just all went away. Sorry. Well, just to bring some positivity on the show, I'm going to go eat a golden Oreo because I want one, and they are better than regular Oreos. I don't care what any of you guys say.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
Oh, look at this. He heard me from the other room. Golden Oreo. Way better than the original.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Justin.
Yes, sir.
It's time
There
to go.
couldn't be a whiter cookie in the world than a vanilla Oreo.
Vanilla wafer is whiter.
Dude, you are such a Karen. It's crazy. I kind of had a hunch, but like this episode, just like you just nailed it, dude.
I mean, I'll give him credit. Like the golden Oreo is better than some of the other weird flavors that they throw out seasonally. Like you'll never see me macking on a pumpkin spice Oreo, but golden Oreo's okay. But the original, some things just shouldn't be fucked with, and that's the Oreo.
Okay.
Yep.
By the way, you guys know what Nabisco stands for? You know, Nabisco's sort of an acronym.
No.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it actually stands for National Biscuit Company. That's where Nabisco comes from.
Okay.
Just thought I'd share that with you since we're on the topic of.
Oh, golden fried Oreos. That sounds amazing.
Ooh, yeah, it does.
Listen, I had the other night. I had a Pizookie, underrated,
Oh, I love those.
and I had it was an Oreo Pizookie.
Wow. Well, I would prefer a chocolate chip cookie Pizookie.
I was trying to, I had that the previous week, and yeah, it was pretty damn good. So.
All right. Well, I'm just glad we didn't end the show on that downer. We're talking
No,
about
of
cookies.
course not. Hey guys, if you haven't had a chance yet, don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel like it, or gifting a subscription to people you like, or the perfect stocking stuffer for somebody that you hate is gifting them a subscription to the show. My name is Rob Zilla. That's Neil Jackson. That's the old guy in the club. We do this live every Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, with replays starting Monday wherever you find your podcasts. Justin's going to throw up the social media streams. Give us a like and a follow on our personal pages too. We would love to engage with you. And I say this every week, and I mean it wholeheartedly. The whole reason why this show works is because you guys are here every week. So thank you so much for being the best part of this show. And Justin, I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, I mean, look, you said it all. There's nothing I have to say after that. I would just like to promote Neil's streams that he has coming up this week. And also, when is your coffee dropping? Because I still haven't gotten a sample. So I'm stuck here drinking my Keurig coffee, and I would like some of yours.
It's looking like next week. I was waiting for somebody to put some code into the site, and they just did it like an hour ago. So,
oh, sweet.
So I'm now, after I jump off this, I'm gonna make dinner and continue to work on this goddamn site. And then I think it should be ready by next week.
Sick. Can't wait to drink it.
And if everybody thinks that Neil should forever do all the shows in his pajamas from this day moving forward, put a 1 up in the chat.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, I feel comfortable. My bed is right there.
Dude, you look very relaxed.
I literally feel like I'm just gonna right when we end the stream, I'm just gonna like fall right into my bed.
The chat is making fun of me because I was pointing in different directions, and it's the mirror effect. So I'm trying to point to Justin, but it points to Neil. So I have to from now on, I'm just going to do this, and that way, I'm pointing at both of you simultaneously. Thanks, chat. Thanks for pointing out my I can't see things backwards flaws.
All right, guys. Well, we're not going to have Neil play us out because then YouTube flags us and there's copyright shit. So we're just going to say goodbye and wave, and then the screen's going to go blank, and then we're not going to be talking anymore.
No, we got a raid.
Oh, yeah,
We definitely got a raid.
Let's see. Who do we got going here? We got Deluxe, Flips, Heavy, Fly. Who else? What do you think, Neil?
Let's raid. We raided Heavy last time, right?
Yes.
Oh, let's raid DJ 360.
What the fuck is that? DJ underscore 360? Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
And
Okay.
If you guys got a lead on a PlayStation 5, let me know because I got asked out on release day. That goes to everybody on the
I
show.
actually think I have a connect.
Do you really?
Asked out.
Yeah.
That's so funny. It's such a good,
Oh, yeah.
good phrase. That's a Marty Rock phrase. All right, guys, let's do this raid and let's get out of here.
Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so I think that's it. I am going to say goodbye, and then we're going to I hate ending the show this way. All right, goodbye, everybody. Hate
Bye.
you guys. Love you guys.